All right, guys, just one more for you today, and this will conclude our bowl previews. The big bowls, of course, the ones in the championship bracket. I've been doing videos all day, and this is going to be the last one for sure because, well, it's getting on in the evening here in San Diego. It's about 4 o'clock. Temperature is a very comfortable 67 degrees, and the sun is out. It's time to bring the sun down on videos for today. It's my day off, of course. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing these videos. So let's all have some fun, guys. So the final bowl preview I have for you is the Sugar Bowl at the Caesars Superdome from New Orleans, Louisiana, Nolens. It's going to be the San Diego State Aztecs at 8-5, taking on the number 4 Oregon Ducks, also at 8-5. So, one thing I want to say about this game is that it comes down to the quarterbacks. Justin Herbert of the Oregon Ducks, really good quarterback, but he's kind of up and down. You never know what you're going to get. Same thing goes for the San Diego State Aztecs. San Diego has a quarterback that, sometimes shows up, sometimes doesn't, and you just don't really know. It's like the sophomore season for CJ Stroud, and he's averaging 6.5 points a game, which is less than Caleb Williams. So kind of concerning for the Aztecs. I think the Aztecs are the favorite here, but there are some concerns. You've got a running attack led by Kyron Williams and Ramondre Stevenson. Pretty good. And they're also going to be bringing in all the redshirt guys. Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis. The big problem for the Aztecs right now is the wide receiver core. Josh Downs, he's ailing. CeeDee Lamb is ailing. These guys have like a week and a half to get healthy. Marvin Harrison has not been the guy they really thought he was going to be, but he's still good. I mean, come on. He's Marvin Harrison, and he's not that bad, but there is some issues here. Also, at tight end, the Aztecs have some issues. They don't have a for sure guy. They don't have like a star at tight end. You look at the line, they're looking good. Jared Verse has totally worked out for the Aztecs. They've got some good guys here. Kobe Turner is definitely a stud. Linebacker, Devin Lloyd, he's strong. I mean, here's the thing about Devin Lloyd. Everybody expected this guy to be really, really good. And he's averaging 3 points a game, which is underwhelming compared to what you expected from him. But the fact of the matter is Devin Lloyd can always come up with a big game. And then the defensive backfield. Now, this is the Aztecs' strength because they have so many good players here. Xavier McKinney, Brian Branch, Petrie, a little banged up, Grant Delpit. We got Cameron Kinchins coming into this game. Be careful there. Kinchins is a stud. And look at this guy. Tarheeb Still, 10 points, 10 big ones last week, right? The Aztecs have a really good secondary. So that's something that you have to be concerned about if you are the Oregon Ducks. But again, I go back to the fact that CJ Stroud is kind of struggling, only averaging like 6.5 points a game. So let's have a look at the Oregon Ducks. What are they doing? They have Justin Herbert averaging 7 points a game. Very comparable to CJ Stroud. You got something going there. But look at the running game. Nothing happening here. Even in the weekly results, nothing is happening. That's a problem for the Ducks. Let's look at the wideouts. Drake London, a lot of people had some doubts about this guy coming into the season, but he actually proved them all wrong. Look at that. 4.3 per game, and last week almost 5 points. Jalen Waddle, always a solid contributor. Demario Douglas, he's got to buy this next week. He's got a no red flag. Sorry, I was seeing the red. Um, Not a bad whiteout game here for the Ducks. That gives them a chance. You look at their tight ends; they definitely have some guys that can play. Cole Kmet, Dalton Kincaid of the Buffalo Bills, and they're playing in LA this week. Has a knee problem. That's not a good thing. Let's look at the line. Not seeing a lot of special stuff here. Linebackers, though, yeah, not too bad. Overshown. Nakobe Dean, that's a guy that all of us slept on because he wasn't drafted in the NFL draft the year he came out, but he was a top prospect. Before that, and because of the injury, people passed on Nakobe Dean, and I actually considered signing this guy, and as it turns out, he was well worth the gamble because look at these numbers: 3 points this last week. He's averaging 3.5. That's better than Devin Lloyd of the Aztecs. So kudos to the Ducks, AJ Nardi's team. Great job at collecting at least a couple of decent linebackers. Now let's look at the secondary. Reed Blankenship is solid, but he's got an injury flag. Let's check it out. Concussion, no big deal. I think he'll be back by week 15. So this team is going to come with a pretty solid secondary. They got Javon Bullard, Devon Witherspoon, J.C. Horn, Reed Blankenship. Not too bad. I mean, these guys had bad weeks last week, but, we got 2 weeks coming. By week 15, maybe they put up a big score. Basically, what I see here is two teams that come in fairly healthy. The Ducks don't have the best running game, and that is going to be a problem for them. And the Aztecs maybe are worried about what CJ Stroud can do. So let's take a look at what the matchup is for CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud is going to be playing in week 15 against Miami. They have the 9th best pass defense. That could be a problem. Fortunately for Stroud, he's playing at home. And after that, week 16 and 17, Stroud has some pretty easy matchups when it comes to like pass defenses. So perhaps, I can't believe the Baltimore Ravens are 31st in the league in pass defense. But hey, if Stroud can get through this game against the Oregon Ducks, facing the Miami Dolphins, who have the 9th best pass defense, if he can get through this game and then move on to the semifinals and the finals, there's a chance that the Aztecs could actually win a title this year, just based on that. But, of course, there's a lot more that goes into it. So, I think that the Oregon Ducks are a good team. I mean, let's have a look at their game scores here. So, 34, 35. I mean, there's not a lot of big scores here I'm seeing. Look, here's the Ducks. The Ducks don't score a lot of points on a regular basis. And we talked about this in the last video. Let's have a look at the Ducks. Let's have a look at the Aztecs. Aztecs have 609 points on the season. The Ducks, who are ranked ahead of them per game. Even though the Aztecs come in as the 5th ranked team and Oregon is the 4th ranked team, I think it's pretty obvious that the Aztecs are the favorite. And it's going to take, like I said, a big game by Justin Herbert. And let's look at Herbert's numbers for the year. Let's look at his opponent, actually. They're playing in week 15 against Tampa Bay. So Herbert has a chance to really put up a big game against the Aztecs because he's playing a really weak defense according to the rankings coming into this game. Then he has Denver, and then he has New England. So it's good early on for Herbert, and then it just gets worse from there. I don't think Oregon is a threat to win the title, but they are a threat to beat the Aztecs. So with that being said, I think that this Sugar Bowl is looking interesting. I think that the Aztecs do have the upper hand, but you never know. I mean, you've got Oregon with a favorable matchup for their quarterback, Herbert against Tampa Bay. So at home, too. Who knows? Anything's possible. It should be interesting. I think it's definitely going to be interesting between these two teams, simply because of the matchups. And I think that the Sugar Bowl is not going to be a laydown for the San Diego State Aztecs. So, yeah, AJ Nardi, well done. You've brought your team from the losing bracket to the winning bracket. You have a chance to beat a team that was contending for the championship last year, and they're contending for a championship this year. And maybe the Ducks pull off the big upset and move on to face, most likely, the New Mexico Lobos. All right, guys. That's it for this week's previews, the bowl game previews. I'm going to do more videos as I see fit. Of course, I talked about making a video for like the loser bracket. I'm going to do that too. But for now, we're just going to call it a day, and I'll see you guys in a couple days. All right, good luck, everybody. Take care.